Hello, and let's talk about the buy low, sell high strategy. Go over the crossing of Ethereum Classic and Ethereum. And this is its run from the start, which is into 2016, up until early 2017, so less than a year. And it's been 2 years since. So there's going to be a lot more data movement. The lines would represent the buy orders and sell orders that I'd be placing at this point. For I've already done a bunch of trades just playing around already quickly, and I'm going to do some more. As far as its results are concerned, started off with a price at 13, it rallied up, so I spotted up to, so I sold at 18.7, and this is just the game to see how it works as reference points. 27.4 sell, and then buy at 18.3, sell at 27.3, buy 18.5, buy 8.12, 124, and then on a basis lower, 9.43. Then you'd be selling at 127, buy 924, sell 123, sell 177. And then most recently, what would have occurred was a buy at 115 right in here, which meant sell order now to go up there. As far as how this could work on a mathematical level, when I talk about buying and selling and everything worth the same, I'm going to show you an example on how the trades would have worked with everything worth 20 Ethereum. And at the start, the price was 13.2. 1 represents buy. It would have costed 151, or you would have got 151 Ethereum Classic for 20 Ethereum. I'm using rank of 1/5 of 1%. So therefore, when the price rose up to 18.7, 151 would be worth 28.237. So I need to sell near 8.237. That's what 45 does. So I would sell about 45. And then at now owning 106, with the price up to 27.4, that would be worth 29.044. Well, 902 is close enough. That would be 33. So all of these numbers on the buys, and here we can see on the buy, 73 after the price decline is worth a little over 13 and 1/3. So I would need about 60.65. So 35, maybe I should have bought 36. Either way, close enough. And that was to make it go to 20. So the route market would rally. It's worth 29.484. Let's sell about 9.5. So on and so be it. So at the last trade, it would end up working out that my Ethereum, or my Ethereum Classic rather, at the 11.5 price point is going to be worth about 20. After all, it was worth 12.995 before the buy. That means I need to buy about 7, and that's what 61 represented. So ETC is worth 20 LITECOIN. The sum of the buys would have cost 56.7. The sum of the sells, 49.08. Differential amongst that is less than 8, or 7, 7 2/3 or so, which means that's your profit so far. For you would have started with 20 Ethereum worth of an asset in 20 Ethereum, and then you would have 20 Ethereum worth of an asset in Ethereum Classic, and obviously you would have only have spent that of well, there's a 7 differential. We've spent only 13 to get the 20. So there's your profit. So let's play this game. I'm going to remove some of these other orders in here because I don't need the deep ones, which is what I was using. I'll just do the 2-line system. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Move to where we stand. So now it's just a matter of waiting for the next buy order or sell order to fill. And there it would happen at that point. So you'd be buying at 824 handle. I'm going to be rounding down on every situation to 3 number differential. So it's always going to be a 3 handled level. So 824 here. So now let's adjust the orders. The sell order would be lower. And I want to sell for good volatility. If I sell 824 up to, say, this level of support, that's a differential of like 28 points. That's okay. I could do better than that, though. 129? Well, that's a differential of 30 points on the 10, plus another 16. So that's like 46 basis points. I could probably do a little lower. So I'll put a sell order maybe below this high, maybe a little bit lower, say 122. Buy order, it's going to have to be lower. Any big area where it came from. Well, obviously, that's why I put my buy order here, because that was a key level. So what would be a good leg lower from here? And in this spot, in here, 822 to 622, little 25%. Not bad. Maybe try for a bit better. 601 is where I will be waiting for. So a very large volatile move, and well, I mean, it didn't take long, I guess, to get the buy. So that's the next trade. I'll be using Notepad to document the buys and the sells. And where do I want to go from here? If I sell at the top, then one number, the psychological, that's 4 on 6. That's a big move. I could even afford to go lower, like around here. In fact, selling on the 90 handle is still about a 50% move. I could even go conservative and under this level, but I want to play for more aggressive plays. Now, as far as a decent leg lower, we've already seen there's really no key support to go on. So what's a good leg lower? Well, if we go close to the 40, that's losing a third of its value. So that seems fair enough to me as where I would consider putting an order in. So 403 and 896 is what I'd have my orders in for, and just wait for the message of the market, which, well, it hit. So now we can do the same thing. A third of this off again would be 4, 8, 12, 28, so maybe even like 27, 26. And then for where you sell, well, last time you bought at 60, any of this area here, previous resistance, nothing wrong with selling where it came from before, but I'm going to go 62. I hope I don't undercut it on this and it tops at 59, but let's just move on and see. There we go, yeah. So the this was 631, and you'd be buying back at previous low. So then in changing the orders, this will get adjusted up to here at the 40 number, which was where we bought before. When I say we and when I say I mean in this game, which is what this is all about. But this is for reference, of course, to just for people to understand how this trading mechanism works. Going from 60 to 90, that's about a 50% differential move. That's pretty good. Do I want to go a little lower? Maybe a little, 88, 86. I mean, if I buy here, I'm just going to change it anyway, which I didn't because it made a higher low. This is a bullish setup as you look at it. But just like normal when I go through videos, I say, oh, this looks bullish. That doesn't mean anything for my trades. I'm just going to let my orders come in. Of course, I'll adjust it to the situation. So there we go. There's the hit on the sell, on the sale. And after enduring 4 buy orders in a row, having a couple sell orders in a row is nice to have. So where do we want to raise this buy order to? Selling in here, if we go to this previous, we could do a higher low level here at 62. Okay, price reduction, you could get better. And given that you've had a lot of buys in a row, I'm probably going to lean towards maybe around 56. As far as where we sell, well, where's a previous level of resistance? Let's reset the scale so I can see the north stuff a little better. There we go. Coming off of 86, and here we're looking at about 120. That's a pretty decent ROI return on the sale. Many multiple percentages in the double digits range. So I'm going to wait for the price to hit either one of them. As we are now in the May of 2017. And there's the buy, which could have been cheaper, so be it. And that means we can move the sell order down. If we go previous high, I mean, to me, this just looks like the no-brainer spot, and the buy order, same thing. I mean, well, you could go this one to be a little safer, but I'm going to go previous low at that 40 number. And, whoa, boy, that was pretty fast and furious. There's a sell order hit. So I'll put that in here as a sale. 3 of the last 4 orders have been that in such of sells. Let's adjust the buy order. So we were here. Obviously, we could go as deep as this low here. But this previous level of double hit resistance, basically a 61% Fibonacci, or a little deeper, 73%. The price differential is going from 90 to 60. I'm okay with that. And now we need a new sell order. And we'll take a look and see if we're going from 90 and here, that's like 128. That's okay. Could do better. We got this previous high in here. You know what? That's still a good sale, because the way I look at it here, if you sell here at 129, which is a lower high to this, but a nice leg higher from here. If this hits, what's your next sale after this? I mean, previous high is still up to 18, so I think that's where I'd want to put my sell order. Okay, let's move this market and see. That's probably not going to matter because the buy just hits there at 606. And then we could adjust the orders again. 606, probably want to look towards the 9-ish or so number. 50% gain, maybe go a little in the 40s, go to 86. Buyback for another buy. This low here, it's, again, we're going to go to even 40. A 403 on this case, but that 40 area. And where we stand for time, we're in the summer of 2017. A year and a half to go to where we stand now. Get a lot more trades that'll come in. What's the next one going to be? It's a sell. And I have to feel that this strategy that I'm talking about and that I'm presenting examples of such is simple. Literally extremely simple. So easy that you can insert yada yada yada. But it doesn't take much time, and when you look at this, you're looking at the key things again. Good percentage gains, and that of the good percentage gains in key areas. Well, here we know this number here seems pretty good, and maybe we can buy again at this 60 or so level here, which would be matching high, higher low. Or matching low rather, and then just let the market do what it does, and you don't have to do anything until it does what it does. And well, you miss here, and you might not even know it if you just check and see, okay, no buy order fill, and well, you end up getting it here. And let's just assume you went for a bit of vacation, so a few more whatever. This is when you see it, not like anything would change anyway, whether it be here to here. Your buy order is going to probably go down to 40. But we'll put that in a sell order in. So we can change this again and move this. The 90 number seems pretty good. We'll do 886. Again, we'll move this down to the 40 number. And just keep playing this range until, of course, there's a reason not to. Actually, our price scale was fine. So let's just wait and see. Does it go down enough? Close. Close. Not quite. This is where being sharp on the market in here, we can see what would have happened. But question is, had you have bought at 40 here, sell here? Well, yeah, probably. But for what it's worth, the buy comes in at this stage at 400 even. So we'll do this again. I think instead of just finding a place, I'm just going to try typing in a new number. 300 would represent a 33% decline. I want to do better than that. Let's do 275. Say. As far as the sell order is concerned, if the last buy comes in at 40, then I want to go at least a 60 number. Well, I guess I got no choice but to do near the 60 number. Let's do 58, 581. Because again, I want to play towards the volatility, what's offered to me. And here we move into time. We're October of 2017. And there's the sell order. And we do this in November. And now we can adjust the orders again, which is what I do every time I make a trade. Therefore, we're gonna up the buy order. We're at 580, so I just go previous low at 344. As far as the high is concerned, we're going from 588 to this area here, maybe a little bit higher. To 861 seems fair enough for me. And let's see where we go as we move into November. Nice bullish setup in here. Does it break through? Nope, breaks down. And the trade goes through for a buy. And that's one reason why I like this strategy, is I can guess something's going to happen and it doesn't happen and I don't care. Because I'm just going to let the market do what it does, and this is an example of such doing so. So 344 sell, or buy rather. This is close to double. I don't even have to go that high. This move in here, going 344 to 550, that's a differential of 210. That's like 60%, so I can even go a hair underneath that as well. Maybe go like 544. And after buying at 340, well, 30%, 3570, 105, we're looking at 240 and under, so 227 seems reasonable. And then just let the market do what it does. I mean, there's a missed opportunity for, obviously you're playing more aggressive with 30, 40, 50, 60% moves. That's a hit. That's totally a hit. I got 227 and I see a low of 224. So then we'll just put the new order again this way. 30% down. 220 represents 1, so 6. So 7 differential. We're looking at 15. We'll go under that. 142, we'll say. Sounds fine with me. Then we got a sell order. Buying it here at the 24.36 would be 50%. And I don't mind going a little under that. We'll do under the 50%, thus under this previous high. And then move the market. Okay, there we go. That's a sell. A 336. Could have got better, of course, so be it. And that means your job is to put new orders again. everyday job. Whenever you make a trade, that is. So 338 back down to 238, previous low. And for a high, we got previous resistance that we can signify at, well, let's see, 330 up to here is maybe 540. And one of the things I learned is when I like a level, because you see oftentimes it'll pierce above, just go a bit higher anyway. So I was thinking 510ish. No, 540 looks better to me. But we're going down closer to the buy number, now back neutral again. Now we're into April of 2018. And by not adjusting to this lower volatility, we're waiting and wait. Oh, how lucky that is. Okay, 238. So therefore, we can look to sell whereabouts. The last line is up here. Definitely around 360 or so area is the first thing that I'm thinking, which would be around here. Let's do 350, higher than that. 358. I'll use type the new one in. So we're going in the one number. I just have to say 160, 150 area. And the rally makes it up there. Sweet. And then time to adjust orders again. Hey, the previous low area seems to work pretty good. I don't want to do the false break low, or do I? No, I don't. I'll just take the 252. And for an area to sell, $358 moving up to here would be a differential of like 200 basis points. So we'll do 591. So 591 or 252. Once it hits that next number, that's what the trade is. We can see it's close to 500. It does sell at that previous high. We are in September of last year, so there's not going to be much left upon this, but from where we stand from here, we can put this at a previous key area, like 35, maybe a little higher than that. You got this level of resistance. Yeah, let's just do 36, 37, 38 ballpark area right in here. See markets come down at this point. And then from where you're selling, let's just, well, what's 30%? 612.18. We've been doing better than that. That would take us to 80. I'm just going to type in a number for this one. Let's do 874. And then we'll play the market through again. See if we have a trade coming before the current time. It's going down, so close to the buy area. Looks like it hits it on this day. Or no, maybe not. The low is 377. I would have, well, technically I'd have 377 even, so it's not a hit. But that would be. And given that this is December 24th time frame, I'm going to presume that would be the last trade. However, in case whatever happens, and I know it doesn't, you're not buying this until like 28. You're not selling this until like, well, where would I put my sell order in? I mean, so obvious. Up previous high, which would be like roughly down in that area. Somewhere around here. And if I'm going to buy after the 37 number, so somewhere around 28, well, about 37, so 28-ish area. So does it go 28? No. So I'd probably have a buy order at 28, and of course the sell order would still be active at 40 here. So this would be down lower. So now putting these numbers in a spreadsheet, we can take these and I can copy all of this so I can paste it for here. I'll just get rid of this and calculate the final stats afterwards. And I got formulas in here. This formula for how much this is worth and how much is owned is in formula. There's a decent amount of trades overall. And the cost to buy and sell is via formula. For that is, for the buy, how many coins you buy, multiply the price, multiply 1.002 for the rake, and when you sell it, multiply 0.998. All right then, so we have, in this case here, we'd have a buy worth 14.33. So we're going to have to buy about 5 and change. And let's just do 68. So then we're buying again. It's worth that amount. So we have to buy 5 and change again. That'll work close enough. And then another buy. And this was worth 6. I would need 6.5 here, so. Because you see it's worth 13.4 on the trade. So I would need about 6.6. Close enough. Now we have a sell, it's worth 31. Which means that's about a third of what you own. So that would be about 170. A little more than that even. We need to sell 11.3 about. There we go. Then another sell order again, worth 7.2. So it's going to be a lot less in this example. And now this is worth 13.1. So we're going to need about, well, we'll see what will 80 do. We need 6.8. There we go, 120. So now we're selling at 31. We need to sell 11.3. And then we have a buy order fill. We need to buy, the differential here is 6.3. We have to buy worth of, so that would be, well, we want 105. Yeah, close enough. And then we're selling at 8.578, which is pretty much 100. And then we would be buying here 13.869. We need to buy about 6.1 at the 600 number, so that's about 100 again. So we're buying again, needing 6.8 at the 4. So 155, 160, 165, 170. Close enough. So we have 581, which we're selling for 905, almost a third of what we would own. And we own 500, so 160 would be a little too much. 155, 157. And then we're going to buy at 11.8. We need to buy 7.2 here, which is relatively expensive, like a lot. Then buy again, 7.5 worth almost. We need to buy. Okay, so now we have a few more to go, not many. We have this sell at worth 29.74, so we need to sell 9.7 worth of these. That's close enough. And then we'll do a buyback needing 6 to get to 20. So at the price of 238, we would need about should be like 275. Less than that. Close enough. And then we're selling a third at this case, so 270. We need to do 10. And then sell again. We got 33, so that's more than a third. So what does 200 accomplish? 13, more than that. There we go, 222, and then a buy in here. We would have needing 7 1/4, or yeah, 7 1/4. Okay, so now we know that we would have at the time of the trade a value of 20 or Ethereum in ETC, because we just bought it up to that. Let's do a sum to see how much that were bought. So LITECOIN or Ethereum spent would have been 128 and a third almost. Coming back 129 and a half. So now you're up over 100%, basically, or at around 100% gain in doing this simple measure, because you started off with 20 Ethereum worth of this. You have 20 Ethereum worth of the coin still, and you have 20 Ethereum worth of Ethereum. Technically, you have 21 and change. So you'd be up about a little over 100% upon this example. And in long-term trading, again, you're looking at the market, you're letting it do its thing. I don't care if it goes up, I don't care if it goes down, just that my trades come in and it does what it needs to do. Again, I find this to be a very simple and a very good long-term effective strategy. As long as you're coin against your base currency, as well as your base as well, as long as it doesn't go pretty much to zero or down straight, and that's that. I've done so many examples of these markets going pretty much down. Oh, it's down 90% and you're still profiting, because that's what this type of strategy enables one to be able to do, is be able to get these profits. Now, to me, it seems as if, when I'm thinking about this, that's just a very small amount of profit overall. But I mean, 100% is 100% plus the gains it would have against the dollar throughout the years. But this is a span of, well, several amounts of time. Just out of curiosity, we can get a sum here. I don't even have to write that. I can just copy and paste it. And in this example, the average buy cost would come in at 0.05728. The average sale would come in at 757. That's just part of buying low and selling high. And the differential was 18. So you did about 33% on the average trade going up and down. This is row number 33. I started it on basically row 3. So 31 trades from the original entry point in this situation. And again, base of division is what a lot of these ones are within the Ethereum. And then how this would have done with smaller volatility is a different story. Because when looking at this, when you are able to buy at 410 and sell at 449, you're going for 9% moves, but you're going to get a whole whack of more trades. And then if you play for 15 or 20% moves. Now the reason I picked such a large number is because if I was to stick with 10-15% moves, then this would be an hour and a half, 2-hour video. Instead, heck, we're going, I'm trying to read this. This is the program that I use. It's small print, so that's what I do to see everything. And anyway, yeah, my eyes aren't the greatest. Font needs to be a little bit bigger. It looks like it's 28 minutes. I can't even read it. 28 minutes. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.